Just shouting in his face, you're not Simon, you stupid baby.
Din Drayton. I'm back for another collab today with my friend Sarah.
Today we're talking about baby names that we may or may not use in the future. None of us are pregnant.
No,
just
no
put that out
pregnancies,
there.
yeah.
But it has been 9 months since we did a video together, so
Maybe
kind of appropriate.
This is just for a bit of fun because we do both want to have a bunch of babies each.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
And,
I wouldn't mind them running around.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like it to be like a name I didn't really like.
I feel like naming babies is a really difficult thing to do, and I get really excited when someone I know has a baby or someone in my family has a baby, and just waiting to find out the name. It's just such a weird build-up. And we both write as well, and we love naming.
That's my favourite part of doing like a story is coming up with the names.
I have boys' names and girls' names, and then a couple of unisex names, which you could use for a boy or a girl.
But then,
she wrote hers down in a little notebook.
I do. I like writing things down, you know.
Yeah, I did it in my phone. Because I'm
technology these days.
I'm one with the kids.
Ooh. I abort this. Let's. Oh, I can't say abort this because what's wrong with babies?
We're going to start with boys' names. Thomas was told that apparently amongst pilots it's quite common for them to only have girls after flying for a certain while because they're sitting on top of a radar or something and it does something to the sperm or something. And I don't know.
Mad.
It might be an old wives' tale, but if that ends up being the case, so be it. But yeah, he is quite keen to like have at least one son as well. And I'll go in with the first name. We have talked about our first child, and we always call our first child Jamie after Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones, like that spelling. So I'll have all the names on screen here. But I don't know how this came up or why we always refer to Jamie, so we're like, oh, me, you, and Jamie, or he calls his sperm his Jamie's, or like I love that. I mean, like if we see something cute, he'll be like, oh, I want to get that for Jamie. Mm-hmm. So that's just been the name that we kind of go with. But I have it in my head that we probably won't use that because when the child is born, I probably will look at it and be like, you're not that generic name that we have had all this time. So yeah, I don't know if we'll use it, but I think it sounds gorgeous and it would fit a girl or a boy.
Exactly, yeah. No, I like the name Jamie, but I was more like, I like the name James. Well, along that note, I'm gonna go with Noah James.
Noah.
No, but it has to be Noah James. That's the thing.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Why?
So
you weirdo.
It ended up being a joke with my brother because when he was having his first kid, they were going through loads of names, and he wanted Noah James, and his girlfriend hated it.
Why?
Absolutely hated it. So I started like getting on the bandwagon, like, yeah, Noah James, and then I just really liked the sound of it.
It sounds lovely, yeah.
And I was disappointed when they didn't call him Noah James.
My next one, I think, is on your list as well, is Nathan.
Yes.
For a boy. And we both know a guy called Nathan since we were younger.
Yeah.
And he's lovely. Hi, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
But the name's just beautiful. I just think it's such a lovely name.
Yeah, like, and I loved it before I even like knew him. I had a teddy named Nathan.
Aww.
And I ended up giving to him like a few years later just because like it's Nathan and Nathan, and
That's
like
cute.
Yeah, I've always loved that name. It's such a nice name, and it's quite a common one, but it's just nice. There's something nice about it.
Do you know what? Like, I think if you know someone by a certain name and you like them or you don't like them, it affects how you perceive the name.
Yes.
Do you feel like that?
Oh, 100%.
Because like
I would never call like a baby Ryan. No way.
Because you know.
Yeah, ex-boyfriend. No, I just couldn't.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just like Ryan.
Time for Betty bye-byes, Ryan.
I would just hate that kid because I named him Ryan.
So much resentment. Yeah, I have the exact same thing. I really loved the names of like two of my exes, Toby and Jack. Like they were just like people I was seeing for a few months, but they're names that I adored all my life. And because those things kind of the way they ended, now anytime I meet anyone with those names, I'm just kind of like, ugh. It's like my little vein in my eyes.
Just get away from me.
Yeah.
My next one is Callan.
Callan.
And this might be one I will probably use. Callan is like...
Reminds me of my friend Callum.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of people associate it with that. I got it from my best friend. She just like gave it to me as a character name. So it's one of the characters in my book. But I just love it because it's unique. You don't really hear Calin. You
Yeah.
hear Callum, you know, Caleb or Kate.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
like you never really hear Calin, and I just really like it. My family hate it. I've told them, I was like, no, you cannot call your son that. But I just really, really like it.
Baby Calin.
And I just
no, it's cute. It is cute.
yeah, and it reminds me of my character in my book that I love so much. He's just got so much charisma, and he's just so nice and cute, and yeah.
My next one is kind of, I'll say 2 at the same time because the reason for these names is the same. David and Paul. And the reason I wanted to mention these names is because my boyfriend and I kind of wanted to call our son or sons after one of our dads. It's just kind of, I don't know, you know.
Cute.
And I know they're both very, very common names, but there's just a lot of like positive associations. However, I don't know about going with Paul simply because my first long-term boyfriend was called Paul as well, so I have that whole like association with that name.
That must be so weird with your dad and your ex-boyfriend.
But another one under this umbrella is Edward, and I think that's Thomas's granddad's name if I'm not mistaken. And I think the name Edward is beautiful. I have ever since I was a little teenager obsessed with Twilight. Like I just have always like, and I wasn't even really team Edward, but I just love the name Edward. I think it's a beautiful like old-fashioned name.
Luca is another one.
That's really cute.
And that's also a character in my story, in my first book. It's a name you wouldn't really hear
it's
that
a very
often.
original, unique name. Yeah, it's gonna be so weird when we have kids, because like when we hang out now, it's just gonna be such a weird, different dynamic. Like
I know, all we're gonna be talking about is poop. That's what I've learned from my siblings who have like babies. They talk about poop all the time. Has he pooped today? Oh, he hasn't pooped today. He had a poop yesterday. It's just all about poop.
Another unisex name that I love is Alex, and I just think. More for a girl though. I feel like
I have that as my girl.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
I do like it for a boy as well, but I have it more on my girl side.
Yeah, same. It's just something about, I think because it's traditionally a boy's name, but it works so well on girls. Like I've known a few girls who are like really cool, and they were like called Alex.
Always really cool.
Yeah, Alex is
like,
just such
a really hot.
Like, yeah, really attractive. I don't know, something about it's just real rounded. I love that name.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
We can both have little kids called Alex.
Oh, that'd be so
They
cute.
can hold hands. Alex 1, Alex 2.
And they can fall in love and it'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
We're not really doing that. I was going to put John. John. Okay.
Why did we laugh?
I don't know.
It's because we know someone called John and he's just such a weirdo.
Yeah, he's your cousin. Like.
Yeah, he's a big weirdo.
I can't really do the face. It takes me a while to get.
That's the John face.
I can't really do it. I like the name Seth.
Oh, I love
Seth.
that name.
I love it so much. I think at first it was because of Seth
The
Green.
OC?
Oh,
No.
that was
yeah.
after that. But I knew Seth Green
Green.
first from Buffy.
Oh, yeah.
And I just loved that name, and like he was hot as well.
Yeah.
And then the OC came along, and I fancied Seth. in that as well.
that's
so
a beautiful name.
It's just really nice and simple, but it's just there's something.
It's quite American.
Yeah,
It is really.
I watch
really
a lot
nice.
of American movies and TV shows, so I
Yeah.
kind of like those names.
You can inject a bit of that into your child.
Yeah, I could.
Don't inject your child.
No, I don't.
I'm not endorsing needles and babies. My next one is Sammy, and this is not a name I ever would associate with like an adult man, but I know a Sammy Paul, who you guys may or may not know. He's like a director. He works with a lot of YouTubers and stuff. But I just love like his personality, and then the name Sammy, and it's just, I don't know, it's just lovely, and I just think it's a really lovely name for like a little boy.
Yeah.
Little Sammy.
Sammy boy.
Sammy, little Sammy.
You're gonna be one of those embarrassing moms, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be embarrassing, but I think I'm also going to be like a strict bitch, and I'm going to be like hated by my child when they're like a teenager. I kind of know that about myself already. I'm definitely going to be quite, because I think discipline and stuff like that is so important. Not that I'm going to be like running around with a big stick after them, but I just mean like I think when they're little I'm going to be like really embarrassing, and then when they get older they're just going to want me to die.
Drayton.
I think that just caught a little bit in my throat. I want to get sick.
No, I don't think I'd ever use this one, but it's
Hello, baby Drayton.
When you say it like that.
Dingin's Drayton.
I don't think I'll ever use this one, but as a kid I really liked this name, and I had like loads of characters in my stories called Drayton. But now when I say it out loud as an adult and now talking about as a baby, like I don't think it works.
Here's my beautiful baby, Drayton.
Drayton. Oh, he gets so bullied. I couldn't do that to him. But I like something about that name. Maybe a dog or something.
Yeah, Drayton is a cool dog name.
Yeah.
I have Flynn, which I think is just beautiful, but I'm not going to use that because I know Miranda sings. Colleen, she just named her baby Flynn. Aiden. I think Aiden is a beautiful name. And I know Aiden now is Sex and the City. I always thought his name was lovely.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm rewatching Sex and the City right now, and I just love
Are
Aiden.
you?
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I have the box set like right there.
Yeah.
I love it. Is it Irish? I feel like Aiden is an Irish name, but maybe it's not.
I don't know. It could
Sounds
be.
Irish.
It sounds like it could be. This isn't a name that I thought I would ever like, but I like the shortened version of it.
Okay.
So it's Theodore.
Okay.
Because it's in my new book that I'm writing. I've made, one of my characters is called Theodore, but I like shorten it to Theo.
Theo is
and I
such
really
a cool
like
name.
Theo.
Yeah.
So I think I would like that. But then
I think that would work for a girl as well. Theo.
yeah, it does.
My last boy's name is William, and literally, I know it's quite like an odd one, but I just hear you out. I'm obsessed with Braveheart and William Wallace, and I literally the first time I ever saw Braveheart, you know when he's like a little boy at the beginning.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you're such a She lived in Scotland
For 5 years.
You're so
I have
terrible.
it on DVD, but I just haven't watched it
We're
yet.
watching that here one of the nights.
Yes,
I
let's
love
do
it. But there's a bit in that where I think the dad or someone just says like William, and it's the way he says it, and like the boy playing William is the most beautiful little boy. He's got these big gorgeous little innocent eyes, and he's just so gorgeous, and I just William, like it's just, I don't know what it is about that name, but it's just that same thing where like it just gives me this like lovely feeling. But I'm always thinking of Thomas's surname with these names.
Yeah, William O'Rourke. That could work. But think of it like this way. Willie O'Rourke.
Willie. Oh no, Willie.
That's what I'm going to call him.
Hello, Willie. Oh yeah, I forgot about Willie being a short name. And then also there's like William from The Simpsons, like the groundskeeper.
Oh
Willie.
yeah. Groundskeeper Willie.
On to the girls' names.
So this is one that I had for my kids for like pretty much since I've decided what I was going to name my kids. But now I've since decided that I shouldn't have it because everyone says it's like too weird.
Oh right.
And I shouldn't, and it's more of a dog's
Fuck
name.
people.
It's Kyrie.
That's really cute.
You see, it's from Kingdom Hearts, which is my favorite PlayStation game, like ever, like favorite game ever. And I just love. And she was so cute in it. She had like short red hair, and she was adorable.
Kyrie sounds like a little cute pixie fairy name.
And that's why I love it so much. Like that's the kind of yeah. So I had that for years and years and years. And now when I'm starting to tell people, they're like, you cannot name her that because it's like a Japanese kind of name.
It might be quite unusual.
Yeah,
but that's why it's so cool.
Yeah.
Sure, if your baby looks like a Kyrie, you call it Kyrie.
I will. You can't stop me.
My first girls one actually is from Harry Potter, and it is
Surprise,
Lily.
surprise.
Yeah. Lily. I think I just love the name Lily because Harry's mum was called Lily, and just the way they say it sometimes in the movie, but it might be a little bit like old. I always imagine like an 8-year-old woman being called Lily. Yeah. Because it's a flower. So, yeah.
I have a bad association with that name. Well, not really a bad. I created a bad situation because my villain, I guess, in my book is called Lily.
Oh.
So I can never.
Damn.
So I'll never like your child.
Yeah.
Lily's a bitch. One that I was going to use, and I probably won't use it now because, well, me and my boyfriend broke up. But it was Isla, which is like a name of a Scottish island, and I quite
really
liked.
nice.
Yeah, I quite liked that name. Like I thought about it when we were there. We visited, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really nice name for a kid. And I was like, oh, that'd be really nice to bring some Scottish into the names, because like the other names I had were just like really weird or like not. I don't know. It didn't have any connection to us.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a nice thing.
The next name on my baby girl's names list is Erin, and that is the name of the main character in my novel, which is coming out this year.
Spoiler.
And I adore the name Erin because there was a girl who was friends with my ex-boyfriend who I used to just think was the coolest, most beautiful girl ever. Like I adored her, and anytime anyone would say her name, I would just light up because she was just one of those people who's like a positive ray of sunshine on legs. Like she would just walk into the room and make you happy. And I just, not that my main character is like that at all, because she's not, but I just think it's a lovely name. It sounds, maybe it's not an Irish name, but it just has that Irish feel to it.
Is it not Irish name. Maybe it's not, but
I
know a lot of people who are Irish who have that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really hear it anywhere else. But yeah, it's really nice.
Beautiful. I like short names. I don't know what it is. I really like short names that kind of like run off your tongue.
Yeah, I like that too.
Erin.
Melanie. So there's Taya and there's Skye. So these are characters of my books, 2 different books. Well, I haven't even started the other one yet, but Taya is my main character in my book that I have out at the moment. This is how I think of if it's good a child's name. You shout up the stairs, like for dinner.
Taya!
It's like, Taya! Like, it kind of works.
Yeah.
Skye, I've always liked that name.
I love that name.
And my main character's name is Skye Maverick, and it goes really well together. And
I know a guy called Skye, and I just think it's like the coolest ass name.
It's deadly.
It's like, how cool are you? Like, you fell out of the womb cool. Like,
yeah, you're just
Skye.
so cool.
I'm Skye.
But then also makes me think of like kind of like hippies, and now they call their kids like Rainbow and stuff like that. But it's just there's something nice.
Bluebell.
Melanie.
On my list, I put the name Faye, and it's one of those weird names that I love it and I hate it.
Really?
Like part of it, I don't know, because it begins with F. Like Faye, I don't know, but then like it also reminds me of like fairies and magic and that kind of thing. I don't know what the conflict on it means. I'll never use it, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's such a beautiful name. But then I have met people called Faye, and I'm just like, oh God, Faye. I feel like if I had a little like red-headed child with like freckles, I just loved it. Like Faye,
so
Faye, like with a big curly head of red hair. Like,
Oh, that would be very
And
cute.
there may be red-headed children just because red hair runs in Thomas's family.
Oh, it runs in my family as
Does
well.
it?
Yeah.
I love red
I'm gonna
hair.
have a ginger baby, I know it.
Oh, I want ginger baby.
I like the name Cory for a girl.
Yeah.
Spelled with a K.
Oh, yeah.
K-O-R-Y.
I think I prefer the C one.
Oh, really?
But I just love the sound of Cory. It sounds very 80s. Like Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. Like, I love it.
I don't know. I don't even know where I got it from, because I don't even know who those people are.
My next one is Willow. Buffy.
Buffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's like a tree, but like Willow, it's just something about it.
It's positive because I just think of Willow from Buffy, and she's so cute. She's one of my favourite characters, but she's also badass as well when she wants to be.
So cool. Also on my list have Claire, and this is just because firstly my auntie used to play this song called Claire when I was a little kid. No one will probably know it. Claire, the moment I met you, I swear, something,
never heard of it.
Something, somewhere. I don't know all the words. You know the way I say something when I don't know the lyrics.
Don't get me started.
My cousin is married to this woman called Claire, and she's probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in real life. Like, every time I see her.
Excuse me.
Apart from Sarah. Every time I see her, like, literally, I feel like I'm stunned. Like, she's just so beautiful. And the name Claire just goes so perfectly with her. Like, she's so natural. Like, she just looks like a woodland fucking goddess. And, like, her name is Claire. And I just think it's beautiful. Beautiful name.
I like it, but I think to me it's like too common.
Yeah.
Like, I really like unique
you know
names.
what? You have a friend called Claire.
I have a friend called Claire. I love her. I love her so much. She's a beautiful person as well. It's just... Especially
when it's your friend's name, I think that's it. Like, I wouldn't call my child after one of my friends.
Yeah.
Because it's my friend's
Yeah, exactly.
name.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Simon, my cousin called his baby Simon, but our friend is called Simon, and he's Simon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's
you're
the only
not
Simon.
Yeah.
Just shouting in his face, you're not Simon, you stupid baby.
Give us one more, Terry.
Okay, I'll give you more.
Give us one more name.
I really like the name Freya.
Oh, no.
I just think that's a cute
I'm sorry. I had the same reaction that I have sometimes when I hear Faye.
Oh, right. You don't
just
like F names, do you?
F, yeah, I think it's because it begins with an F. It's just very harsh. Like,
It's okay.
Oh, if you call your baby Freya, I promise I'll give her kisses. I just vomit all over her face.
Oh, baby Freya! I don't know if I would use it as a name, but I really like it, and I know someone called Freya. Like, we're not friends, like, we hung out, like, when we were younger and stuff. But she was always really cool as well, and really pretty, and just really fun, and I was just like, yeah, I could call my baby Freya.
Let us know if you liked this video, and then please also go and follow my friend Sarah. She has a YouTube channel as well, and we're going to do a collab on her channel about flirting and stuff
And
like that.
tips like that, and our, like, how to flirt these days. I don't know how. We're going to discuss it. And
Yeah, gotta have a chat.
Yeah.
So thumbs up Leave a comment with your baby names that you like the most, or ones that you really like but that you're not going to use.
Ones of ours that you liked as well. If you liked any of ours.
I think it'd be quite helpful for people who are having a baby, you know, if they just want to have a little browse. And I'll see you again in another video very, very soon. Bye.
Goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
'Cause now it's time to go.
But hey, I say, well, that's okay, 'cause we'll see you very soon, I know.